What's going on, sportscaster.com? My name is Giovanni Mosheri, and I often see the conversation online, whenever a social media page needs to get an interactive post out there. They just ask, who's the greatest athlete of all time? Not just the greatest athlete in a specific sport. This conversation includes only those of the greatest of their sport. Who's the greatest athlete of all time? Most people, they go to Michael Jordan, they go to Tom Brady, the number of championships that they've won in the most popular sports in America. But to me, I am shocked as to how often Michael Phelps is left out of these conversations. Could it be just because swimming is not the most popular sport in America? Yeah, that could be. And I don't blame people for that. But when you're talking about who's the greatest individual athlete of all time, why not go to the sports that lean towards the individual in the first place? Track and field and swimming specifically. That's where I think you find the greatest athletes, because in team sports, like in football and basketball, there's so many other factors that go into the individual's success. Tom Brady, when you look at football, there's 10 other players on offense alone that are there competing with and helping Tom when it comes to winning Super Bowls and getting to that kind of title. When you go to Michael Jordan, there's 4 other guys on the court at the same time and in a rotation of 10 or 12 that help him, to win all these championships for the Bulls. But when you're swimming, you can have all the preparation, you can have all the teammates helping you out in practice, all the equipment people, but when you're on the block and when gold medals are on the line, and it's the Olympics, you get one chance at this every 4 years. You're on your own. With swimming, you're on your own. There is no help. There is no teammates to pass the ball to. There is nothing else besides you. That's where I find the best individual athletes to be. And especially in swimming, as opposed to track and field, you're doing all this in an environment where human beings are not supposed to be. We're not meant to swim in the way that swimmers are forced to train in. You are not supposed to breathe in certain races. And even in longer races where you have to breathe, it's a disadvantage. You are slower when you're breathing than when you're face down or even when you're kicking off the wall. You're not supposed to breathe. And yet the swimmers are still 3 hours a day, so many miles in a year, once every 4 years get a chance to compete in the environment where they're not even supposed to be as far as biology is concerned. So all of these factors going against the individual, going against a swimmer, of course they would be the greatest of all time. And you look to Phelps in the amount of times, in the amount of different events and strokes, he's been able to win gold so often, so many in a single Olympics, more than anyone ever. He, of course, is the greatest athlete of all time. And I don't even think other athletes qualify unless you're in a sport similar to swimming. I don't consider team sports to be qualified in this conversation. It's just a different situation. But Michael Phelps is absolutely the greatest athlete of all time.